I just thought about something like really amazing. Like the realization that we are living in the future in such a way that it's so magnificent on what's possible for impact, for the intelligence, for the emotions, like feeling good with the impact that you are giving, or at least that's how I perceive my reality at this moment. As I just had an amazing conversation with some people like to optimize their business part, and like right now I was just listening to Fia, and highly recommended by the way, like great with um, like leaning into the spiritual love part. And I was listening that and realizing myself as in I've got my beautiful car here with my sunroof, like everything is comfortable, heated, warm, um, cruise control on. I've got my mobile phone there. I'm like listening to something with my earplugs on. Everything works properly, like decently, even with like me wearing my hand gloves because I've got cold fingers. So I'm kind of doing that to heat up at this time. And like even the how do you call it? Like me changing the volume itself actually works. Like life works, technology works, the technical issues work. And I just saw some products that the company was selling and like specializes in. Like they're really a premium brand, and like realizing how far that we already are with that optimization, and that is like it really feels next level on the power that we are in already. And that's such an amazing state here in the beautiful Netherlands. How far along that we already are in our development, our um, innovation, and yeah, like I really love it. Like it's so beautiful to see what kind of level of impact that everyone is having, and at the same time, everyone is growing at the same time. So we're not only doing it for the materialistic gain, but we're also doing it for the personal growth gain, as in improving the quality upon life from other individuals, and then letting that thrive for them, for their feeling, for their state. And a lot of that is connected to the AIM program, where the aim is the productivity mindset, the growth, the ideal, or no, like almost the practical tips and practical knowledge. And then would be even the further up, the next step behind that would be the like freeing yourself up from that state of feeling busy and feeling stressed and feeling overwhelmed into making true impact. And especially that making that true impact, holy smokes, there's a lot there to gain from you for humanity and for individuals as separate beings to actually come together and to like to turn that into the next step. And yeah, that's so beautiful to see, to lean into that comfort, into that future, into those possibilities. So yeah, I'm like really looking forward to that one with behind me. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't think so. With me behind me, a beautiful blue Tesla. I think it's a Model 3, but I don't know that for sure. Um, but like we're living in the future already. Like I already like I remember the time. Remember, it's not that long ago when I think Hyundai was that the Prius? No, the Honda. Is that the Honda? Toyota Prius? I don't know, at least the Prius, like this ugly, ugly, ugly electrical beings, electrical vehicles that were like, holy smokes, no one is actually going to drive electric. And with Elon Musk, with this impact of his battery company, because obviously Tesla is a battery company, he's making such an amazing steps because he's such a visionary on the next year and the next 10 years and the next 50 years and the next 100 years. And I do feel like that I'm a part of that, that I'm starting to see that. And that whole journey of um, like live productivity framework. And like yesterday, I couldn't sleep because I was like filled with energy. Like really couldn't sleep. I think that I slept about like 4 hours last night. And I was looking through my Instagram and seeing all of the stories that I posted, like all of the books that I've read, all of the locations that I was in there. And it was quite fun because like seeing every level there, it made me notice that everything, like the whole AIM concept and the whole personal acknowledgement system, kind of grew from itself in a certain way. And that's a very interesting one, that it grew from itself. Like yesterday, something specific that I mentioned. Did I mention that publicly? Yeah, I think that I created a story. Yeah, I created a story out of that one. Um, is that I started off with calling my concept, my company, my thing. Started calling it Goertz, so my actual last name. And with that, like mentioning of Goertz, and then beneath that, the word of action, information, and insight management. Well, no, to be honest, it was action management, information management, and insight management. Like that was the first thing that I already like decided upon. Hey, this is the three pillars that I want to focus myself upon. And even later, like somewhere in along the line, I kind of want to search when I actually found that. Um, was I started identifying as in a action, information, insight, management, which like if you combine that into not a synonym but like an acronym, it's called an acronym. Beautiful word, by the way, beautiful English word, acronym. Um, it kind of created it into AIM, so AIIM, and AIM was such a beautiful realization for me as an individual because it was the idea of aiming up, aiming to be limitless. And as my own personal development grew, my brand grew with me. So now currently I am in the state where it is aim to be you, as in you as an individual living the true expression of yourself, with all of these practical little steps included upon that one. And that was, yeah, that's such a nice realization to have. Like really, Livebook has not Livebook, yeah, Livebook as well, but also Mind Valley has done so much for me as an individual, and that is something that we can. Like, I would really advise to check out Mind Valley or any other self development programs, and like lean into it until you feel like the moment, as in, this isn't really benefiting me anymore. Like, feel free to lean into that journey itself. And like, you can start it off. For me, it was starting off with NLP or Simon Sinek with It Starts With Why, or Alex Ramosi recently was really a helpful journey for me as an individual. but also Livebook, Mindvalley, NLP, if I didn't mention that one just yet, breathwork, meditational sessions. Like there were so many little nuggets because I was listening for something that I call like listening for insights, comparison to listening for agreements. Like I'm not in search for the truth for the sake of it being the truth, but I am looking for the thing that works for me until the next thing comes up. And that's giving yourself that freedom to search for the thing that works for you or that doesn't work for you at this time is such a liberating next level feeling. And I notice myself while I am speaking and seeing myself in the reflection here as well, is I feel like my body feels strong. It looks strong, like my neck is strong, like it looks fit. And it's partially because I do feel fit, and it's also because I need to be mindful upon my speed here. It's also because I am more and more skilled with expressing myself, so using my voice. Yes, I sure am Dutch. um, well, it's partially, even though I'm using a speech coach, like even like I'll give that feedback back to him as an individual. Um, but because I am expressing myself in the way that I am, I notice the vibrational state of me like expressing myself is helping me to become more fit and mindful and strong and powerful. And that's something that I would invite you guys into as well, is start expressing yourself as an individual. And in this case, what I am doing is that I am doing that publicly in front of the world, whoever feels like, yes, I am Dutch, whoever feels like wanting to listen. But it could also be, especially if you're really at the beginner state with this particular thing, is to express that for yourself in private. Like send yourself a voice message, send that into a own group WhatsApp with only yourself. So send that voice message to yourself, and then listen back to it. Like listen back, however cringy that you might feel upon that, and then like leaning into how cringy it feels and what the next step would be from that state. And that has, for me as an individual, helped me so much that it's undescribable. And that's partially why I'm doing this thing, like feeling into um, the, 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 the randomness of being online, basically. I'm going to the Jumbo. I actually don't want to go to the Jumbo. Like I want to go to the Albert Heijn. The Albert Heijn met een zakje. Zakje. If you guys like know that one, like a zakje. I have no idea if you know that one, but it is quite fun. Hello, Jumbo. Yes, very true. So you are Dutch as well yourself? Um, shall I go to? Yeah, I'll just go to the Albert Heijn. Albert Heijn from the Comedy Center. Comedy Comedy Central, I think it was. No, Comedy Factory. That's the thing. It was on a television. Maybe like if someone can like find that one and share that in the comments, like feel free. Oh, it was such a beautiful. Oh, I laughed so hard there. Like, that old people die in the Albert Heijn like every day. Like they press a they pressed the label, not the label, but he said something else. It's like, poof, dead. Oh, I can enjoy so much upon that one, and it's so lovely to experience that. Um, oh, it's so much fun. Like expressing yourself is such a. Oh, there's one of the Ah, you can understand Dutch. Oké, ik kan ook in het Nederlands gaan praten, maar ik denk niet dat je daar heel erg gelukkig van wordt op het moment dat ik dat echt heel serieus ga doen. Maar dat kunnen we kunnen we gaan overwegen. Dan ga ik gewoon alles in het Nederlands doen. No, just kidding. Let's keep it in English. Um, really great. Like guys, I am or girls. I don't know who's actually listening. Um, I am with my YouTube channel itself. I focus myself on something that I call mindful productivity in such a way that someone can express their true version of themselves without any limitation or without any fear or judgment upon themselves with very, very practical. Yeah, I don't think that they will appreciate it as well. Um, what I do is like with very practical things, I teach people how to be more productive, how to express themselves as an individual more. And for most people, I just had last Tuesday an amazing conversation with Jason upon that one. So if you are interested in that one, like the reason behind procrastination, I would invite you to listen to that one. It is about an hour, 50 minutes, 45, something like that. And there are so many little nuggets and pearls of value in there that I would invite you guys to listen to that one. As that is a lot of the things that the AIM concept is based on. And the second referral, like transfer that I want to give you, is the one from Tim Stewart. That Tim Stewart and I had in, like, we weren't really planning for it to be publicized. So the first half an hour or something like that, he kind of coached me through some oh, not even true, but at some limiting beliefs that I was experiencing, still am sometimes. But after that half an hour, I really started to explain where the AIM concept is based upon, and that is such a deep, understandable like way, because this was one of the first times that I explained someone from A to Z where the AIM concept is based upon. Because most people that I speak with already kind of know what AIM is. And yeah, that was a very powerful one to lean into. So if you are interested in that one, like feel free. And it's quite fun what I notice myself doing at the moment. I'm just like driving around a little bit here in Weert, so the location that I live, and the city that I live, my hometown. And I feel like I am like using it to let my body move because I like movement, um, in such a way that I can reach more parts of my body, if that makes sense. Even if it doesn't make sense, like the making sense doesn't really reflect. But most of the time, I have conversations with live audience or with a direct sparringspartner, and yeah, so then I see the reflection upon that other individual. But in this case, that isn't the situation, so that's totally fine. But I do think, I don't know if that's possible on YouTube. I do think you can also like invite someone else in, so I could have a conversation with any of you guys, to make it a little bit more playful and enjoyable to actually have a conversation with people. Because now I just noticed that I'm speaking with myself, with seeing a little bit of the text written. But of course, I'm driving as well, so my main focus isn't there. But it could be with listening to someone. I do that as well with Jason, then with my co-host, or it's more sparringspartner. That I feel like that this would be a great idea. All right. Is there anything else that I want to share with you guys? I don't think so. Currently, I am driving to an car dealer. Even though I bought this car recently, I also want to take it up to the next level. Can you see what kind of follow-up cars that I want to buy myself? Because I noticed that, like, I enjoy the luxury of a car. Like, I really enjoy that. It's really amazing. And like me looking at cars in a car dealership kind of motivates me to do certain things. And it's not really that I am that materialistic. Well, I kind of am, but I'm kind of I'm more into the increasing the quality upon my life to make my experience of life better, if that makes sense. Um, all right. I am slowly going to close it off. What I want to end it off with in this case, pop, pop, pop. Yes. What I want to end it off with, guys, um, is that if you're interested in the story on the stuff that I speak with or want to have a one-on-one conversation, I am going to start a workshop, an education of like 3 months where weekly we will be coming together. And in that time, I'm going to teach you guys how to build your own personal management system. So the AIM concept with externalizing your brain. Thank you very much. Buns for sale. Buns for sale. Is that like sandwiches or is that something else? Okay, but finishing up the offer. Like if you're interested, like feel free to mail me or send me a DM or anything like that. You can also find me on timhoorts.com. I go a little bit like I've written down what the AIM concept is, what it includes, what the next steps would be. Because I want to have approximately 20 people, or at least I want to have work groups between 4 and 8 people, where I teach you guys the basics of knowledge, how to get out of that level of stress and overwhelm and like time pressure overall. And like the reason why I want to have 20 people in separate groups, because everyone is in a different level of knowledge of understanding. It could be that you're very skilled in Notion already, but you don't really understand business value proposition or like stuff like that. So based on the conversations that you and I will have, based on the big group, if I notice that there is a big split between certain individuals, then I'm splitting the group into separate things. So if you're interested in that one, currently I'm offering that for 100% discount, financial 100% discount. I do have some requirements upon that one, like a level of feedback and a level of work that you need to do to be a part of this one. So you will require a level of knowledge, a level of time, and a level of commitment. And if you are truly interested in that one, like feel free, because I would love to take you up to the next state. Similar thing as that I like enjoyed my next state and my own personal growth and my own growing into the next level. All right, let me end it off with this one. I'm going to watch some beautiful cars and then wishing you well. Have a good one, guys. Bye bye.